Thursday. I think it's Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday. So, I finally got around to watching the first four episodes of The Circle, and I don't really even know why I said finally because I think it's the 18th today, and the episodes just dropped yesterday. I guess it's because when The Circle season 5 dropped, the episodes were so interesting to me that I would be up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. or whenever they released them. 5, I don't remember anymore. But I was up early watching those Circle episodes, and each episode just had me dying laughing. I remember still the first time I saw Sam on the screen and just her intro, hilarious. I remember all these unique characters, Chaz, Raven, even Xanthi. There were several of them. Everybody had their own unique personalities, the things that made them interesting, entertaining, and there was so many personal storylines that just made season 5 really endearing for me. That's not the only season I felt that way about. Even though that was my favorite season, there were other seasons that I liked too. I really did like season 1, and then I think that I also really liked season 4. I want to say it was season 4, which I found out season 4 and 5 were kind of recorded back to back, similarly to how season 5 and 6 were, and season 4 was supposed to be season 5 and vice versa. Interesting. But anyways, they can do whatever they want in TV land. That has nothing to do with me. But this Max thing, when I heard that there was going to be an AI as a member of the House, I had a mixed bag of feelings about that. I went into Taco Bell the other day, and I think I mentioned this on my live before. They started to put in those self checkouts in the Taco Bell before. So we've had the self checkouts for a while. Now they put a big self checkout at the front counter, because it used to be that there would be one person at the counter that actually took the orders, but then they would direct you to try to use a self-checkout rather than to use that person. Now they don't even have that person. The only people that take the orders are at the drive-through itself. I speak to Siri like, hey Siri. Hey Siri. Okay, Siri doesn't want to answer me right now because she's not trying to help my video. But anyways, on the daily, I speak to Siri, I speak to Alexa. Occasionally I speak to, oh, now you want to answer? Hey Siri. Oh, maybe I just don't know where you're located. Siri answered me. The volume on the phone is just low. But anyways, I like humans. I like human interaction. I like the nuances of relationships and forming connections and actually being able to speak and talk to a person that does not have AI generated thoughts. And then I was thinking to myself, how annoying is it for someone like me who put in an application to the Circle for them to be like, well, let's just program a chat AI and make them a house member, a house guest, or whatever you want to call them. That's crazy to me. But then I said to myself, I gave it a chance because people were saying, oh, every season has a twist. Like last season had the hacker. The thing about the hacker was that the hacker was a 1 episode thing. It was not like, or maybe I think it might have spanned into 2 episodes, but it was only one day that a hacker was able to get that power. So it was just like the twist of the hacker, or like, oh, we got the Spice Girls twist, or we got whatever twist. Those twists were not people that were competing for the whole game to win money or something that lasted the whole game or indefinitely. But this entire 4 episode arc was about Max. The whole 4 episodes. Like, what are you doing, Circle? What are you doing? So I think like episode 2, they made an alert that said, "Oh, warning you guys, there's an AI in the house. You should have been on this season." It's not. It's like it's not. Yeah. So it's just like Max has been a central theme, and it's like I'm not interested in Max. Oh, based on the data, Max is going to put a funny comment in the chat that is non-threatening. This should elevate my chances of building trust and forming this. And I'm like, no. If I want to talk to an AI or if I want to be entertained by an I have my own AI devices in my house. I don't want to watch AI compete on a competition show. And I hope that y'all, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I really hope that people let Netflix know that we don't want AI to end up replacing people, because if they see that this works successfully once, who's to say that they're not going to be like, oh, this AI thing works, we didn't have to pay this person. Or I don't really know if they get paid, but I assume they get paid at least a little bit of something, and they're like, we don't have to worry about casting, we just program this thing. And that's the other thing, I don't trust production not to tamper with this AI created thing. Like if I was in the house, I mean, they don't know. I mean, they find out, but I would feel a way. Like, why are you putting an AI bot in the house? Um, One could call it a disadvantage, but one could also call it an unfair advantage. Because I remember when it was described to me, like Sam described the circle as being on some form of solitary confinement, and an AI doesn't feel that because an AI is a program. This Max arc is getting on my nerves. It took me a while to get through these 4 episodes because I'm like, what happens if Max wins? You're gonna give Max the money? I don't get it. Do the programmers of Max get the money? Max, I know that Max is probably not gonna last the whole time now that they know that there's a bot in their mix. That's what I meant to say. I forgot to say that part. That the circle decided to mention in episode 2, I think. They were like, hey, there's a bot in our mix. There's an AI chat bot. And then they did some kind of game to determine who was the most human. And the person who was deemed as the most human is essentially basically the influencer. And the influencer gets to choose the person that they think is the bot to vote them out. So the person who was voted most human was Max. And now Max had a chance to go around. Not Max. Why did I say Max? Miles, I think his name is. So Miles now had a chance to spend all day having conversations with people and making a determination of who he thinks is the AI. And the end of episode 4 was him walking to a room. I think that was our first elimination. So it was our first slow motion walk to eliminate somebody face to face. But what pissed me off about that was quite simply the fact that it means that this Max thing is going to drag on for at least a minimum of a third of the season. And it didn't seem like, at least from what we were seeing, it didn't seem like Max was Miles's prime suspect to get out of the house. So it means that Max is going to be a part of at least 5 episodes of the season. And it's not interesting to watch an AI interact with humans. I mean, like I said, if done differently, if Max was like a 1 episode thing, you know what I think they should have done if they wanted to put AI in there at all? Put AI in there for 1 episode and say, if the group is able to figure out who the AI is in the house, then they add another 25K to the pot or something. Because let's be real, out of all these games, the circle pays less than all these other competition shows. So make it something like that. Like, oh, there's an AI amongst y'all, and if y'all collectively are able to, majority of you are able to pick the right one for elimination, then you all get an extra like 25K to the pot. But to make Max a central theme of half the season or more, who knows how long Max was on there, that's a big miss for me. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I am not a fan of the AI on the show because we experience so much AI in our lives anyways. You know, we have AI people calling us to tell us if we miss a bill. That's like AI robots for that. We have AI people for scheduling appointments. AI this, AI that. We listen to AI all day on Instagram when they put these AI backtracks behind these pictures, and we listen to like motivational quotes from AI this and AI that. Like, it's just, I get so tired of interactions that are computer generated. Why do I want to sit on Netflix and watch a bunch of people interact with a computerized device, man? Would y'all pay to watch me talk to Alexa all day? I don't think so. So why am I wasting my Netflix subscription watching Max analyze the data? Wow, Max is needs to talk to Miles because talking to Miles will minimize threat level. And if Max throws a joke out during this time, it both eases the tension and it does this and this. And I'm like, please, no more of this Max torture. I'm not interested in Max. I'm tired of Max. I'm upset that Max is the cliffhanger going into the next episode. I don't want to see any more of Max. I hope that Miles throws a curveball and walks into Max's room and like unplugs him and is like, this one's for Alexa. But I don't think that that's going to happen. I think that Max is going to last another episode or two. We're going to have to suffer through the torture of listening to Max. I would have thought, if it was me, I mean, I know it's like somebody just watching from behind the screen, but Max doesn't even seem to really talk human to me. Max, like, the thing that I have noticed in other seasons is that the people that stay off the radar, it's not because they're witty, and it's not because they tell funny jokes or they say clever things that lighten the tension. It's because they share personal things about themselves. Like, they talk about their profession, they talk about maybe they have some kind of tragedy that happened, they talk about their sibling, they talk about their wife, they talk about their husband, they talk about what happened back in the day, how they grew up. It hasn't seemed like this group has been doing much of that, because I feel like by episode 4 we knew something pretty deep about Chaz, or we knew something about Sam, we knew something about Raven, we got some stuff about Marvin, we got some stuff about whoever, Tom, you know, whoever was on season 5 or other seasons. Like, it seemed like we learned things that made them human, and I feel like this season they're all just kind of analyzing the data. And generally, I just have not found these episodes to be particularly interesting or exciting. It took me like 2 to 3 watches of the show. I mean, I will say it did pick up a little bit in episode 5. I was just excited waiting for the next 4 episodes to drop. And I was talking to Danny about it. If y'all remember Danny, who was recapping the episodes with me, and then also helped me co-host my interview with Chaz. We would be talking about it like right after. This is so interesting, and this is so exciting, and it was such a cliffhanger. I can't wait for the next set of episodes to roll out. I actually asked Danny how she felt about it earlier today, and she was like, yeah, I'm not really connecting with it like that. And so I was like, okay, so I'm not really bugging. I'm not the only one who feels this way. AI can replace a lot of things, but it cannot replace personalities. It just can't. It just cannot. Maybe it can do so on social media where you don't have to show your face or your voice or whatever, but in this type of game, AI is not it. And I hope they never bring AI back to this game again, or any of these competition show games, because, but you know what? Maybe I'm not the demographic they're appealing to. I have to admit that. That's the other thing. I mean, it doesn't appeal to me at all, but there could be a whole demographic that younger than me that is like, this is cool. I can't believe that they have an AI living in an apartment and interacting with people and fooling them. But me, I'm just like, I can't with this. I cannot. So I hope that they get Max out at least halfway through the season, because if Max lasts more than 2 more episodes, I might not last more than 2 more episodes. Honestly. Uh do better, Circle. Do better. And that was just my quick rant. I'm gonna hop off. I hope everybody has a great rest of your evening. I don't know if I'll be back on tonight, but we'll see. We shall see. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for joining.